Right. Live stream is live. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the channel. Mantalk Productions here. Just getting set up. So feel free to jump in and say hello. That's what I wanted. Okay. Okay, and it looks like everything is set, ready to go. This is the new DCS launcher. Can I grab it and move it around the screen? No. Oh, I see. Okay. Files. It says available 5. I don't quite know what that means. Installed. I've got the terrain installed. Available 5. I'm not quite sure what that means. Anyway, we're just going to go ahead and launch DCS. Bring up the chat box. For anyone in the chat, please hit a message just to let me know if chat is working. Or if my audio is working correctly. It should be. So it's a bit of a chill stream this afternoon. Goodness me, is it 5 o'clock already? So I was just out photographing a wedding. I was doing some wedding photography freelance. So just got back, just thought I'd just spend the rest of the day just relaxing. So, and my brain is a bit shot, so it's going to be a chill stream. A chill stream. The day just relaxing. Okay, yeah, I can actually hear myself, so that should be fine. I was actually in the middle of watching the brand new, as of an hour ago, the first introduction and simple cold start. I'm halfway through it, so I'm really excited to. I can't wait for the Chinook. The Chinook is just, I feel like it's just my aircraft. It's been waiting to be released in DCS for a long, long time, and I've probably talked a fair amount about it in previous videos and so forth. But also, so I was on holiday for a week, and while I was on holiday, I got a lot of information from my dad, a lot of papers and documentation from my grandfather, who flew B-17s in the war. So I'm going to be sifting through that, and maybe there might be some video content in the future coming your way. I can't even speak anymore. It's been a long day. Regarding that, so that's going to be fun. For those of you who are watching this video as a YouTube video after the live stream, hope you're all doing well, and I apologize for not making more content more recently. It's just been a super busy summer so far, but I definitely haven't forgotten the YouTube channel. The Aerostar is coming up for A2A simulations sometime soon. I don't know when, or obviously, but that's in the offing. I finished my Comanche round the world tour recently and got it back to Exeter, so I will be doing more videos on the Comanche. I thought I'd just take time out on the Comanche on the YouTube channel and just do my own round the world tour with it, just to kind of get a feel for its long range potential and to see how far I could push it. As a simulation, I think I got it. Oh, it's over 200 hours now on the airframe, so it'll feel a bit more of a weathered Comanche, hopefully, as I'm flying it around for you guys on VATSIM. So there's that. Like I say, the Aerostar should be fairly soon. The Boeing 707 from Aeroplane Heaven, of course, has been delayed by Asobo. Asobo have told Aeroplane Heaven that it's not good enough and they need more time with it, which I think is actually, on reflection, I think is a great thing, because hopefully it means someone is keeping Airplane Heaven to account and not allowing Airplane Heaven to just release half-baked goods on us, which is very sad. But there we go. Hopefully it will actually be worth flying when it releases at some point. Yeah, so let me just see. Let me put my live stream over to the chat box. So here we are, DCS. Here's the map. If I go to the Afghanistan, through the Inferno server seems to be the only major server that has actually started with, yeah, all the other servers are literally like one person in each, which isn't really. Oh, there's 44. Oh, hello. PvE. It's a UK server with a low ping. Oh, that's worth my time. Here we go. 44 people on it. Okay, let's try that. Join our Discord. Welcome to okay. See if we can join that. Greetings from Dublin. Hey, Sean Sonamic. Good to see you. Yes, I do want to join that. So, I've just got a brand new mouse. My old one was actually becoming a pain in the backside. The middle mouse scroll wheel was fighting me, so I would scroll down and it would scroll up and then down and then up and then down and then up and down. So it was just an absolute nightmare. And the left mouse button finally had bit the dust and had started to like crunch as I pressed the mouse button. So literally just went on Amazon yesterday, bought this new mouse. It's the same make and model as my previous one. My previous one I had lasted a long time and I liked it, and so I thought I'd get this again. This is actually a slightly bigger one, and I've got a big hand, so it suits me. Best viewers on what on earth is that? I would prefer not to have that, thank you. Whoever it was that posted that. I'm not going to allow some random person posting spam links on my chat stream. Thank you. Right, so there's been an update to DCS. It's not just the Afghanistan map. There's a full-on update. So we're going to be looking at the update content as well as the Afghanistan map. So I'm going to join the coalition. This is really, really cool. Oh, hello. Okay, so we've got red stuff up there and blue stuff down here. So this is the Afghanistan map in all its glory. Not all of it is... here, let me just look at it here. There's Pakistan over this side. Not all of it is fully modeled at this point. At this point, all they have done is bring out the Helmand province, which I'm happy with, because the Helmand province for me is probably the more interesting portion of Afghanistan as a Brit. I do know, of course, Kandahar and further out. Kandahar over here. I think the Americans hung out in Kandahar more, and then further up north, there were in the mountains, there were other things going on. But I think mainly as a Brit, particularly as a Brit who will be flying mostly the Chinook and the Apache on the Afghanistan map, this for me is going to be more of a thing. So, but apart from this, there's also performance enhancements to the heat blur Phantom, which I saw in the patch notes. So I'm going to, as well as fly this map today, I'm going to jump over onto the Enigma Cold War server and try out the performance of the Phantom. Now, I did a live stream recently with the Phantom on the Cold War server, and you saw how glitchy it was at certain times, marginally unflyable at certain times. So there's that. So we'll see how much better that is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off from Camp Bastion. I love the fact that whenever I actually zoom in on my middle mouse scroll wheel, it actually goes in the right direction that I want it to. That's actually, you don't think about that very often, but it's a big deal. So we've got a Hawk sight down here. We've got an F-16. The new dynamic spawn slot thingy is really, really cool. I like it. So what you do is you first come over to this box. What do you do? I should have typed. I should have pressed on. Oh, I see. There's no Apaches on this server. That's what that is. Okay. If there's no Apaches on this server, then I'll just have to join. I'll just have to join in the F4E player. Is that? Oh no, no! Do I have to click on? Oh no! Cancel, cancel. I think I have to click on Camp Bastion. There you go. I click on Camp Bastion first, and then it comes up with. Is that right? I only tried this once more. Yeah. So I see. You can click on the heliport or the main section. I'm going to click on the heliport of Camp Bastion, and then this brings up the AH-64. So I'm happy with that because that's what I wanted. So we've got the FCR. Let's get some rockets on this bad boy, and let's get some Lima Hellfires on the inboards. And then let's get some rockets on the opposite outboards. Unit type, block 2, fuel is up there. Chaff. Is there any way we can actually manipulate that? No? Okay, no. Livery. I've never actually changed the liveries, but let's actually, now we're on the Afghanistan map, let's... Is there any RAF? I don't see any RAF stuff anywhere. We'll leave that for the moment. And let's fly. A good hot cup of tea when you're tired there's like nothing better than that. I don't know if you can hear my next door neighbor who's just come home, but anyway. Oh yeah, and I have to say the performance out of the box of the Afghanistan map is good. I have been. He says that, and then, well, I mean, there's always loading up. There's always glitches and freezes. As there you go. It'll get smooth in a moment. When it sorts itself out. So I've only flown on the Afghanistan map once, and that was this morning before going out to my wedding shoot. Lol. And I was basically just doing a test to see that everything works smoothly. Let's just close the door so I can hear myself think. And it was just a setup, just to make sure that everything worked smoothly for this evening's live stream. So yeah, check this out. Beautiful Apache as always. We've got ourselves some blue smoke. So you've got grasses. You've got different kinds of grasses which look cool. And yeah, so Camp Bastion has this kind of mini heliport, which is cool. It has like a mini runway, which is cute. It has a ton of it's got a ton of parking pads. It's got a blue smoke thing to show the wind direction. Got a ton of helipads here. I can't wait to fly out of here with the Chinook as well as the Apache. So oh my goodness, he's going up. That's an unrestricted climb if ever I saw one. Okay. So we've got ourselves some F-16s, F-14s, various things. There's a ton of things. I mean, Camp Bastion is absolutely massive. This is basically the satellite view, if you like. There is a road that runs from kind of northwest, kind of southeast down, and then there's a river that runs all the way down via past Galash Kakar or something. I can't remember the name of it right now. Anyway, but Camp Bastion is huge. So there's the perimeter fence. And Camp Bastion has a ton of buildings inside. I'm just really amazed that I've got really good smooth performance at the moment, which is great. This morning I was flying over Lashkargah. I think it's Lashkargah, but I could be wrong. And I was getting a bit of FPS issues. But right now I've not got any FPS issues. Maybe that's because there's just not a horrendous amount of units online at the moment in my area. But look at the density. Look at the density of the three-dimensional objects. You've got containers. You've got trucks. Yeah, look, you've got like random piles of. You've got random piles of like planks and beams and like, yeah, Cure International Hospital. Just all sorts of stuff. What I will be most interested, of course, about look at the depots. Look at just so much stuff here. What I'll be most interested in is, as a Chinook pilot, where do I drop off my medevac personnel? Where do I drop off my injured men to be looked at? That's kind of what I'm. That's what I'm going to be interested in. Okay, so let's just get this show on the road. Let's get the APU fired up. And while I'm about it, I don't know if there is too many people online at the moment on the live stream, but there's the F-14, there's the F-16. Let's just go to the F-10 map and have a look. There we are, Dodge 1-1. If we zoom out, yeah, so there's the F-14 and F-16 outbound. There is another F-15 on the ground, two more F-15s on the ground. I'm the only Apache in the random area. There's an F-15, F-18. There's random people going out to hit these enemy FARPs. It looks like I actually might be quite a distance. There's a KA-50. How do I measure distance? Ah, there it is. Okay. If I just measure that distance there, how far is that? It's 86 nautical miles. Ooh, that might take about an hour or just under an hour to get there. And then once I get there, I might just get utterly shot out of the sky. But to be fair, I mean, we're here to have fun, and yeah, we're here to experience the map. So I'm not going to worry too much about just under an hour of cruise. So that's fine. So we've got the APU is up online. Let's just get the relevant systems in the Apache up. Let's get the primary up. Let's go and bore sight the IHADs. It's always a fun thing. Let's get that done. Done. We can turn that off now. Let's go to the weapon page. Let's go to the TSD on the left, on the right hand side. That's going to show us, that's going to give us a good indication of when the INS aligns. In the meantime, we could go turn on the FCR. I think it's the util page. No, it's ASE. I think it's ASE, util, and then RW. Oh, that's the RWR. Pinned. And then override the bit. There we go. And then there's the FCR page. So let's go back to weapons. They're fine. Let's get George to worry about the Hellfires. Let's get our that thingy up. Okay, so let's start engine number 2. Let's get engine 2 fired up. 16, 17, 18, 19 at 20%. We bring that forward, and that should kickstart. Hey, hey Marvin, good to see you. Welcome to Afghanistan. And the I mean, look at my performance, dude. It's okay, thankfully. So we're gonna fly out. We're gonna take about 50 minutes to fly out to some targets on this afternoon. Yes. It is technically evening. It is 5:20 p.m. Let's get engine 2 spooled up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's get that going on. I hope all of the audio levels for everyone are acceptable. If not, let me know and I can tweak them as we go. Let's bring our power levers up to... Okay, that's a good fresh start. Let's turn off the APU. And we're pretty much ready to go. Let's get the FCR page up. Okay, we're going to do a turnout to the north. So, off with the brakes. Oop, turned a bit too abruptly there, but... Taxiing around on the ground on your wheels in an Apache isn't...
Fixed wing, 9 o'clock, searching.
Let me just double check. Oh, hang on a second. It is working, okay. Why is that not registering? Throttle quadrant. Oh! Okay, right. I just was totally... There we go.
Fixed wing, 4 o'clock, searching. Fixed wing, 4 o'clock, searching.
Not doing terribly well with this.
9 o'clock, searching. Fixed wing, 12 o'clock, searching.
Okay. We're going to take off to the left. Lock the tail wheel. And speed up. We've got a relatively heavy load. So
Searching.
up we go.
12 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 11 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 12
And we're going to do a right-hand turnout.
Hawk. 11 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 11 o'clock. Searching.
Gun means A10, I think. Right, let's do a right-hand turnout. And go northwest. Right, let's get ourselves trimmed out and ready for... I can see another helicopter coming down, can I? No, that's an F-14 coming into land.
5 o'clock. Searching.
And we don't need to be going straight north. We can be going... And that's all still within the perimeter fence, is it? I mean, Camp Bastion is... Camp Bastion, well, Camp Bastion was basically a huge city. That's all it used to be. Right, let's get northwest. And then trim up. And then we can settle in for the cruise. There we go. Right, so we are going up here. So we've got a ways to go. We've got, yeah, 83 nautical miles at 316. There we go. Hopefully I didn't want to do that. I have to just reload every single texture under the sun, but okay, let's get the FCR radar tracking and searching for something. Obviously, I mean, we've still got a long ways to go before we might come across something, but pays to have it on. Anyway, let's just get the aircraft trimmed up. I want to get the thing trimmed up and aerodynamically trim for,
8 o'clock. Searching.
there you go.
Hawk. 8 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Beautiful scenery though. Oh, it's just stunning. Stunning scenery.
And slave. Deslaving. Target in sight. And slave. I'm deslaved. Target in sight. I'm deslaved. And slaving. I'm deslaved.
There you go. So we're ready for anything if we need something shot down or sunk.
Fixed wing. 11 o'clock. Searching.
Now I have seen...
Good job. Another base is under our control. You can now spawn there.
I have seen people talk about the low res. Like, we've just come out of Camp Bastion, which arguably is probably one of the most popular places on the map historically. And the resolution seems quite high, but then as soon as you come out into the desert, things actually... That's quite low resolution, and the actual resolution of these mountains is not very high at all compared to more, you know, it's not horrendously good. So I think the verdict is still out. I've heard some people say it's really bad, and some people say it's great. So this is only my second time flying it. This is my first time coming out in this direction, so... oh, okay, look at that. We're not... I mean... Oh, no, that's us. Right. We still have a ways to go. That KA-50 is up there. That's where we want to be. Although by the time we get there, they all might be sunk. Who knows? And maybe there's this ridge line we can run along. Looking a little undercooked. At least the performance is nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? It's looking a bit undercooked. Yeah.
Fixed wing. 12 o'clock. Searching.
I mean, I guess at least they got it out and it's stable. But at the same time... a terrorist camp has been located in the mountains. Take this facility out ASAP. Where is that? Oh, okay, alright. Purple. Terrorist camp, there's one there. So that is kind of an active area, it looks like. There's a FARP, there's a forward FARP there. Actually, yeah. I don't know who's in a CH-47D. But there's a UH-1. It looks like that FARP, that's where I will fall back to. Once hitting this point up here. I mean, look at this. We're not even, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. It's fine, though, because how's the new launcher? The launcher's okay. It's not like reinventing the wheel. It's fine. I mean, I think you probably, once you load it up, you'll look at the launcher maybe once or twice and go, oh, that's cool. And then you can actually tick a box so that it doesn't automatically open when you double click on DCS. You go straight to DCS main page like you normally would. But so, you know, you can have it if you want it or you're not. I guess it's helpful. I'll probably keep it. I don't know about you guys, but those trees look a bit blocky to me. A little bit on the blocky side. But I'm not going to worry too much about that. Yeah, the textures do just... I think if we had a higher resolution mesh, the map mesh is I mean, if the map mesh was a higher resolution, it would actually lend the terrain textures more credence or authenticity, if you like.
Searching.
But coming out here into the deserts, it's not horrendously amazing. I mean, looking at that section below us as we pass over, that immediately to my eye is, that's a river, that's a dried up riverbed. But there seems to be very little height data to support that.
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock.
So
Searching.
I kind of look at it and go, oh, that's cool. I think from higher up, this map would look a lot better. When you're down low, I think the ortho satellite imagery kind of is cheapened because you realize it is just a 2D, it's a very flat plane that's all projected onto. Maybe that's just me, but anyway. Oh, my there you go, it's scanning now. And I'm completely hands-off in the Apache. I haven't put my hand on the stick in a while. It's just getting the right thrust setting, and getting the trim set where you want it. And it pretty much it kind of rolls. It rolls gently with any nearby turbulence, or if you're going over ridge lines, if there's heat rising or updraft or downdraft due to mountainous terrain. I guess you do fluctuate a little bit, but pretty much you just point it in the right direction. And I've been hands off for, you know, easily the last 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, so I think from higher up this map would look amazing, because all of this satellite imagery that they're projecting onto the ground textures would look amazing. But down here, I think it's harder to really see this as a really high definition map. Yeah. I also understand, Bearded Toad, that obviously they're trying to deal with a terrain where there's just not that much out there other than sand and a few scraggly bushes and some dried up lake beds. Like, there's not a huge amount here to...
Searching. Roll it.
I feel like maybe other maps... I feel like other maps have a lot more vegetation than this, and the vegetation hides the fact that the ground textures are quite low res, and maybe that's part of it. I mean, here you can see there's vegetation in that lake bed, but that's vegetation that there's just green smudges that shows up on the satellite imagery as part of the texture, but that's not actually... That's just green blobs in the grass. That's not actually a three-dimensional vegetation. Yeah, and then you've got these weird kind of shadowed areas that look like sand dunes, but at the same time it's just completely flat as far as I'm aware. Again, another dried up lake bed there. I don't know, I have to say, maybe the verdict is still out because... Oh, I'm heading a little bit too far to the west here. I feel like the verdict is still out because I think the further away you look, the better the map looks.
6 o'clock. Searching.
Maybe the closer you are to it, the more you realize it's just not terribly detailed. I mean, there's a little town there. Under a cloud.
Fixed wing.
I don't know.
Searching.
Yeah, I think the verdict is still out for me. They also have a set of default textures for areas with bad ortho, not particularly photorealistic, but still looks nice from low altitudes. Yeah. Autogen basically land classes from P3D lol. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can imagine this all looks really good from up high. Because from up high, that would all actually look like sand dunes. Even though, you know, now I'm down on the ground, that's not. There might be a little bit. You know what? Let's go down. Let's go down and check this out. Let's go and skim the ground a bit. Let's just overspeed everything. Let's just go double check that there is
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock.
any... okay, no, I might be lying. Yeah, maybe there is a bit of... Yeah, there is a bit of terrain. There is a little bit of terrain variation there. Yeah. Okay, there are a few dune-like undulations in the terrain. I lied. A little bit. But not huge. I wouldn't say this is a big deal. And then as you go low, you can see the little AI shrubbery and kind of the grass spawns in. I guess this is legit. I think, yeah, Central Alaska basically only looks good from 20,000 plus feet. I guess, to be fair, we are literally mapping the entirety of Afghanistan. You can't afford to make every sand dune look AAA quality. I understand that. So, but I think, I don't know, for people who are...
The side mission has been completed. Good job.
For people who are flying... oh, that's already been done. Okay, never mind. For people who are flying low level quite frequently, it's going to look a bit less than if you're flying high. I mean, look at that section just there. That's a completely green section of terrain which doesn't have anything, no trees, no nothing. It's just green, and it's like, okay, yeah, right. So we're coming up to a river basin.
Searching. Hawk. Searching.
Why is there a hawk out here searching? Oh, it's the one to my left. There's a terrorist cam still. That KA-50 hasn't found that terrorist cam. And all these F-16s and A-10s will find it before I will. Oh, okay, right. So we've got a river delta here coming up. And it looks like it has some trees. It looks like it actually has some trees. And now we're coming up to some more mountainous terrain up ahead. I should have just jumped in the F4. You know what? I should have just jumped in the F4. And we'll do that next. We'll do that next. We'll be in the Apache now, and then we'll jump in the F4. Okay, actually, I just don't. You know what? I'm not gonna be overly critical. I think I'm happy that we have this map. I'm not gonna be overly critical. This isn't like what I'm used to in Microsoft Flight Simulator is. Well, dudes, this is the thing, Palo Pinkle, this is the thing. What we're used to in flight simulators is a pay-where airport that's, maybe 2 miles wide and a mile long, and you have internal terminal modeling, add-on developers model like tables and chairs and coffee cups and all this sort of crap in modern Microsoft Flight Simulator payware airport sceneries.
Searching.
This is not that. This is an entire region of the globe that is arid desert with very little to actually show for it in that arid desert, apart from random river deltas, small hamlets, and the occasional city. Out in the desert, I suppose there's not... I mean, they've got to try to optimize it somehow, so I'm not going to right now I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and go, oh, this is so crap. It's like, no, it looks nice, okay. It might not look as nice as you want, but I'm just going to continue to reserve my judgment as of now. I think there's always got to be a balance, hasn't there?
What's up, dude?
I've just...
Turn off your mic.
Who? Was that me? No? I didn't have my mic on. Anyway,
Fixed wing. 7 o'clock. Searching.
yeah. I have... You see, the thing is I'm saying that, but then I'm looking and I'm like, I have to kind of agree with you that it does just look like a bit of a pixel fest. I mean, I have to say, in one sense it looks good, but in the other sense I understand what you mean. It doesn't look as good as Syria. I mean... But then does Syria use as much, like, satellite imagery? Because a lot of this comes from the satellite imagery. A lot of this low resolution look comes from the satellite imagery being pasted over, and the satellite imagery not being terribly high detailed, because you can literally see in the individual pixels manifesting as large blobs of color on the terrain, which just doesn't look good. I don't think Syria has as much bold-faced satellite imagery as this is representing to us. I need to turn to the right. So, yeah. I mean, I did notice when I downloaded this was 81 gigabytes, and I did genuinely think that it was going to be at least 100. I remember that when I downloaded this yesterday. So, I don't know. Maybe they could crank up the quality of the scenery significantly, and they're just waiting for people's initial impressions. Maybe they did this so that it would be fairly well optimized for everyone, because they heard how badly optimized Syria was when it first came out. I mean, Syria still is the hardest map on my system, and I've not got a high-end system at all these days. I'm running this on an RTX 2070 Super, 64 gigabytes of RAM, and an 8000 series i7 8700K, I think it is. It's on my YouTube stats. Actually, let me go to my YouTube stats and see what my actual processor is. Actually, let's just go to the device manager. Just go to my device manager and find out. Where are we? Monitors, processors. Yeah, it's an i7 8700K at 3.7 gigahertz. So it's not a new system. It's been out there for a while now. But I'm still able to run this, you know, at a fairly... So apparently that terrorist camp is still there. I wonder if we go up and try and find that. See, the thing is a helicopter, by the time a helicopter gets there, everyone is going to just have everything sunk. So I'm literally flying across the entirety of the map to find this. Yeah, okay, I need to go more like 337. Okay. So we're coming over more mountainous terrain now, so we're going to see what this looks like. I did just go from the F10 map back to the cockpit, so just give the textures a moment to... Yeah, no, it looks like they're fully loaded in, and it looks like... I don't know, the thing is if you're going to be flying... I don't know. I do need to climb to get over that mountain ridge, so let's just start the climb. And let's...
Deslaving.
Let's get some altitude. Oh, that's not good. Look, that river just stops and then it starts again. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's definitely work they need to do to this, I think. Yeah. If they could crank up the satellite imagery resolution, that would be great. I mean, yeah, look, another river that just blatantly stops. I kind of feel like... Yeah, I don't know if this is just the low resolution area of the map. I don't know, but maybe I should just jump into an F4 and bomb around at high altitude and see how it looks.
Park. 7 o'clock. Search.
Yeah, you can see whenever I go to the F10 map, and when I immediately come back, the satellite imagery hasn't loaded yet.
That's
Watch.
the last unit. You can move on
There
to
you
the
go.
next phase.
That terrorist camp is apparently still there. Let's go check out to see if that terrorist camp is there, and if not, then let's just jump into an F4 and then go up to 15,000-20,000 feet and see how it looks.
5 o'clock. Searching.
As per usual, we'll give it a couple of years. Yeah. I don't know.
Fixed wing. 12 o'clock. Searching.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. I mean, you've also got to ask the question: are most people flying in helicopters down low, or are most people flying on this map going to be flying in jets that are 10,000 plus? I mean, if most people are going to be in the F-15 Eagle and the F-16 and random stuff like that, or the A-10 at least, the A-10 still, I mean, the A-10 obviously isn't going to be low down as a helicopter. Of course, it's going to be doing gun runs in places, but yeah. They've got time. They've got time, they've got a multi-stage release to this map. It means that when they release the next region of this map, they could then maybe up the resolution of some of the textures for those who want that. Maybe with the release, maybe with the early access release of this map, they opted for a better optimized, lower resolution launch, so that people could at least get on and see what it looks like without it crashing people's lower end systems. I don't know, but then obviously, like, we've got things like the Syria map that are, like it's been said in chat, objectively of far better quality, that are still manageably usable, for most systems. I mean, I don't know what altitude I am now, but I'm relatively high for an Apache. I mean, the terrain is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Like, love the mountains and the clouds and the colors of the terrain, the sandiness, the vegetation. It does look beautiful to look at. It's just the resolutions, even at this altitude, the resolution of the satellite data isn't very good. Hello, Ian. Good to see you. Sorry, I did see your message, a few minutes ago. I was just in the middle of my own little brain journey, as it were. Yeah, can't wait for the Chinook, though. Cannot wait for the Chinook. I feel like the Chinook and the Apache just go hand in hand together. It's like two helicopters, when married together, create the perfect duo. And I feel like for a map like Afghanistan, the Apache and the Chinook are just my prime aircraft for this. I'm still wondering, is there even, I don't know that there's even anything at that terrorist camp. Well, no. I mean, we could fly over it and see, but I think most things are going on up there. Yeah. I mean, we've taken ages. Maybe it's my settings. Maybe my terrain settings aren't set as high resolution as they could be. Maybe it's my system settings. I could look in the I go options, system. What am I running? Textures high, terrain textures high.
Searching.
So terrain textures are on high, and terrain textures have an asterisk next to it. Yeah, game restart is required. Moderate to high GPU hit. Okay, so if I was to put that to ultra, that might give us a little bit more resolution. So maybe I should try that. Should we try that? Should we try that? I think I should try that. Okay, let's go. Let's go quit to desktop. I'm gonna make an elective decision just to go straight to quit to desktop. We've done enough poking around in the Apache at lower levels. Let's go whack up the terrain texture slider as high as we can and just see what the performance is like. So we're planning some B314 flights next week, so currently out over the English Channel on a test flight. Oh, really? Interesting. Cool. How now, Ian? How is the B314 in the years since it was launched? Is it flyable? I mean, I'm sure I had this conversation with you before, but I've just completely given up on the 314 in Microsoft Flight Simulator because it's just, yeah. I've given up on the developers as well. Hope that they will develop a competent, semi-realistic simulation. So, anyway, while my computer is realizing that it's stopped playing the application, it's not bad. It's not had an update, but the latest A model is flyable. Okay. Well, when you say flyable, that still doesn't fill me with a huge amount of confidence. I mean, just describing something as flyable is pretty sad. for the amount of time that it's been. Everything works as designed. Okay, that's fairer, I guess. Let's just right. Now this is the thing with the launcher here. Let's go to settings, right, and let's go terrain textures high. Oh, that's as high as they go. High. That's it. So is there anything else I could do? No. Both textures and terrain textures are on high. Flat secondary shadows, screen space shadows. Forest. No, I think that's fine. I think my settings are fine. How do I come off that? Okay, launch DCS. Let's launch it back, and you have to remember you can't fly in around this. You have to remember you can't fly it around the sky. Only engage the gyro when straight and level. Okay, yeah. And make very small adjustments. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. It would be nice to see someone bring out the Empire flying boat. I was in very early days modeling the fuselage of that to try and see if I could bring it to a flight sim, but that's kind of a I'm not a developer in any sense of the word, but I knew Blender back in the day. There's my Empire flying boat folder on my desktop. But yeah, the whole water physics in P3D and Microsoft Flight Simulator are, well, just not good. I don't think not realistic at all. I hope that with the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 physics model, the dynamic physics might bring more realism to the water physics of flying boats and float planes, but that that remains to be seen. Okay, so let's jump back on that server, and let's jump in a fast jet, get up in the sky, and get up to altitude and see what we look like. And then after that, we can jump on Enigma's Cold War server in Syria. Oh, it's gone back to Caucasus. Okay. Did I favorite the other one? I did favorite the other one. I favorited the UK one. That's what I was just on. Are we going to see that pop into the list? No, let's turn favorites off and go filter by map and go down to where was it? I think that was what I was. No, that wasn't that one. Yeah, it could have been that one. I'll just jump in this one anyway and see. And see if we can get an F4 take off. And go see what the scenery looks like from higher altitude. I mean, I have the F-16 and I have the A-10, which are probably the two aircraft in Afghanistan that we use the most that I have. Let's join Blue Coalition. Why has that got red text? Interesting. Right, let's go down to Camp Bastion. Click on that. Why are we only getting Camp Bastion? Why? Oh, unit type. Oh, that's weird. Okay, F4. Let's go F4E. Let's go get ourselves some chaff and flare. Now, I don't really know... You know what? I don't really know... I can't quite remember how to do bombing in the... But let's just whack on some... Let's whack on a predefined loadout here. So air to ground, I want to go A to G. Guided, no, I don't want to do guided. H, yeah, there you go. Mark 83s. 3 ripple. Oh, let's just do that. Let's just throw that on there. Do I have tanks as well? Oh no, I may have not. I may not have put drop tanks on. Ah, well. I'll just Okay. Okay, we don't have any we don't have any fuel tanks. So I'm going to put fuel tanks on.
Request rearming.
Copy. Yep, done. Rearming complete.
Okay, so we got the from here. Okay. So from here we just go down to the runway there. Okay? And then out. Right, so engine number 2 is up. Let's go. Oh no, it's that, sorry. Ah, there you go.
Roger. Connected on the left, sir. And done.
Okay, wait for the left to come up to 15.
Canopy down and locked, lights out and stripes aligned.
Okay, that's engine number 1 online as well.
If you got the generators, I can start the alignment. Yes, sir. What alignment are we going for? Stored heading alignment, you got it.
Okay, lights out. Anti-skid on. Alignment is beginning. Okay, now ready for him to do the alignment. And while he does that, let's disconnect.
Roger. Yes, sir. Disconnected. Already done.
Okay, chocks.
Sir, out. You're all set, sir. Good to go. Have a safe flight. Disconnecting.
Okay, so
Flats out.
all we've got now
Flaps down.
is the INS alignment, which Jester is doing for us. That should be completed any minute now. Then we'll take it for a spin. So I'm gonna exit the apron in that direction, and then we'll see where we go.
Alignment completed. Go primary sync now.
Okay.
Alright, ready to taxi.
Primary sync. Okay, that's all done. Let's bump the throttles and see what happens. Brake tests, good. And nose wheel steering, looking good.
Pontiac 1-1, request takeoff.
Interesting dividers in the terrain. Means you can't really see too far across the airfield with these. Okay, here we go. Well, I'm gonna take off anyway. Oh, there you go. Afterburner's in.
Shit, you're too fast. For that. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Gears moving. Okay, back to normal scan.
Okay, so what are we at now? We're at 8,000 feet. Okay, so I have to say immediately, if you are not in a helicopter, if you are, you know, upwards north of 7,000 feet, it's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look amazing. Absolutely stunning. But again, that's if you're above 7,000 feet. Let's warm up the missiles. Yeah, it's definitely going to look amazing. Oh, hello. What are these things here? Enemies? Enemies? Really? Yeah, I mean, it just looks stunning. Look at that. It just looks stunning. So if you're not a helicopter guy, then this is going to be fine. If you're not a helicopter, I don't think you would actually notice that it looks bad down low. If all you're going to do is precision bombing from altitude. Okay, apparently that's people down there to bomb. Okay. What is it? Control B? Yeah, there you go. Dive toss. I'm gonna go do DT mode. I think it's Mark 82s I've got. 400 knots, 3,000.
Roger that. Okay.
Can I remember how to do dive toss bombing? No, I can't. I can't off the top of my head.